guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is gonna be Elliot's 1 month update. I can't believe it's been a month. It's ridiculous how fast time goes, and it's really sad because the newborn phase is like my favorite phase ever. Even though you get like no sleep, it's still my favorite, and it's just going way too fast. But I'll show you a good view of him here in just a minute, like a close-up and all that, but I'm going to talk about him for a minute. So so far, I think in my, when either introduction or his update or whatever the video I did of him last, I talked about how he hates wipes touching him. Like, he'll scream. He's gotten quite a bit better about that, especially if I change him, because I do it real fast and I do it a certain way, and he'll cry a little bit, but no more like pterodactyl screaming. So he's getting a little bit used to that. As far as still, he doesn't like to be cold, like he really doesn't. I'll insert a quick clip of his first bath experience, which did not go nearly as well as Mason's. Yeah, I'll put that in here really quick and you can see how he liked that. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, so he hated that. I already knew he would, but I mean, we've got to give him a bath. And then the second time I bathed him, it wasn't quite as bad. He still wasn't too happy, but he wasn't screaming the whole time. He seemed happy in the water. I put more water in it the second time, so he was a bit more submerged. He's not a fan. He's definitely not a fan. He likes it when I like poke him and squeeze his little cheeks and all that stuff. He doesn't know what to do though. He still hasn't figured out how to smile, which is normal. They don't normally till about 6 to 8 weeks. But I can tell he likes it because he's always happy when I do it. Like, he's never screaming, crying, whining. He's always content. And he makes faces. He just doesn't make a smiling face. You might still be hungry. Are you still hungry, sugar? We can just go ahead and get into that now. When he was first born, he was drinking like 30 to 50 milliliters at a time, which I can't even remember how much that is now. I think that's like 0.8 ounces up to like a little over an ounce or something like that. Like, I can't even remember. And he was eating every like 3 hours. We had to make him eat every 3 hours to make sure he gained weight and all that, and his sugar was good. Now he's up to about 2.5 to 3 ounces, and he eats every like 2 hours. Like, he'll be sleeping usually if I can get him to, and in his bouncer for a while, and then he'll wake up and eat every 2 hours or so. He is not as happy as he used to be. For the most part, I could like lay him in his bouncer and he would fall asleep pretty quickly and with no issues. He's a bit more, it takes more to get him to sleep, because he'll lay there, even though he'll be super tired, he'll lay there and like scream if you don't like bounce his bouncer to get him to sleep. Or not all the time, but a lot of the time now he's a little more difficult. Yeah, I think he's just enjoying. He's learned now that being held is nice, and so he would prefer that, but even being held sometimes he's kind of whiny. So yeah, I would still say he's the middle easiest child of my 3. Started being super easy. I could literally lay her in a bouncer, no whining. She would just go to sleep. Mason would not let me lay him in anything. He would scream and scream and scream and had to be held all the time. So Elliot's somewhere in between. Let's see, what else? Like I said, I'll show you him in a minute and talk about how he looks and all that. But he had a weigh-in because he was born so small. He had a weigh-in at he had a checkup at 2 weeks like they always do, and then he had a weigh-in at a month old, which was just a couple days ago, and he was 6 pounds 5 ounces and 18.6 inches long. And if you don't know, he was born at 4 pounds 9 ounces and he was 17 inches long. So he's growing really, really well, which is amazing, but also sad. He's now about the normal size of a newborn. So, well, actually, in height-wise, he's still pretty short, because most babies are born at least 19 inches, and he's still not there yet. But as far as weight, he's a pretty average-sized baby now. So, on the doctor's, what's it called, growth like chart, when he shows me him on like an average baby chart, he's still way at the bottom, which is completely normal because he was born 3 weeks early and he was tiny. But then he shows me on the preemie chart, he looks like he's about the middle or a little bit higher, so he is doing well. Yeah, he's doing really well. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? He's still in size newborn diapers. I only had 1 pack of preemies, which I had to order because you can't really find them anywhere. And they worked well for him, but the hospital didn't even have preemie. They were using newborn on him from the beginning. So he was pretty much fine with newborn from the start. Like, when I ran out of the preemies, it wasn't a big deal. He's in newborn, and I'm hoping he stays in newborn for at least another month because people bought us a good bit of newborn. Like, I'm halfway through one of the boxes, and then I've got a whole nother box of newborn. And so I'm hoping we can make those last, which I think we can, because I want to say Mason was in size newborn for about a month, and he was born 7 pounds 10 ounces. So if I was able to make them work for my almost 8-pound child for a month, I think Elliot should be good for another month. So his clothing, he's getting out of the preemie sizes. There's a couple preemies that still fit him like perfectly. It's almost like they're perfectly proportioned to his size now, but pretty much every time I wash them now, I'm putting them in a bag because he's just too big. Like, so I think we're done with preemies. Honestly, I think he wore the last one yesterday. Maybe not yesterday, maybe the day before. And this is a size newborn. And some of the newborns are really big on him still, but some of them fit. It just depends on the brand. So anyways, I will show you him. He is sleeping, and I'm probably gonna make him angry, but he's the star, so we gotta make sure we see what he looks like. Yeah, we gotta look at him. Oh, am I making you so angry? Okay, his eyes, I want to say, are still dark blue, but they're really dark, and it's hard to tell. And like I said before, you can't really tell what a child's eyes are going to be like until they're quite a bit bigger. Because I say that because his dad's eyes are brown, so they could turn brown. My other kids, mine and James's eyes are blue, so it's pretty much, we knew they were going to be blue, we just didn't know which type of blue. But with Elliot, there's a chance they could be brown. Here, you want to tell him, hey, can you open your eyes for just a minute? Can you open them? No, it's too bright. See, it's too bright. And then his hair, he still has old man hair. Like, but it is growing in, but he's pretty bald on the top. A lot like Mason. But then here's the back. He has a good bit of hair on the back. Like, it's pretty long. Yeah, it's pretty long, and I can't really tell the color. Like, it's blonde, but it's like a dark blonde, I guess. So, anyways. Whoa! I'm sorry. That's my little sweetie boy. There's those eyes. There's those eyes. There they are. And I just think he gets cuter the bigger he gets. Because he was, okay, people are gonna probably hate me for this, but he was a weird looking newborn. He was a preemie and an itty bitty baby, and a lot of times those babies just tend to come out looking bug-eyed and skinny. But I thought he was precious, obviously, because he was mine, but I do think he'll be way cuter, especially by his first birthday. There's the pretty eyes. There's your pretty eyes. So yeah, like Mason was not the cutest newborn, in my opinion. He wasn't like one of those adorable newborns that just pops out and is stunning. I do think Serenity was a really pretty newborn, honestly. Like, she had a lot of hair, and she was just really pretty. We got compliments on her all the time, but they get cuter. Especially, it'll be so cool to see what his hair looks like as it starts to grow, like the texture of it, the color of it. And then his cheeks are gonna get chubbier and chubbier, and it'll just be so cute. Yeah, I think that's everything. I don't know if I left anything out. I didn't write anything down. I'm still not back to work. Actually, I did go one day. I'm going a few days here and there, and then I'm driving and doing orders here and there. And I'll be officially going back after Thanksgiving. So I still have a good bit left. It's been really, really nice to be able to be home with him. And why is your face so red right here? Were you smashed? Here's my pretty baby's eyes. There's the pretty eyes. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. He looks so annoyed. Anyways, that is everything. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Say bye.